I am Ben Rebeske, and I am the founder and CEO of Corbeau Tech, and we are a technology-forward project management consulting team. And we specialize in establishing project management offices, particularly executive PMOs, that are tool ready, process ready, and maturity ready. And what we mean by that is we don't just implement a PMO, we build a tight culture with achievable, realistic processes. We don't believe in paperwork bloat. And because of that, we're technology forward, and we do in fact leverage AI nowadays. In the past, it had been through, and still is within reason, helpful tools like market favorites such as Smartsheet, ClickUp, and such. But giving executives the visibility they need into their portfolios so they can make wise decisions and unblock things or provide help to their projects. And at the same time, teaching project managers the secrets to project success. That means transparency, rapid ability to gather and assess the situation of project performance, and then ways in which they can communicate up and down the chain. So that's what we do. That's all we do is project management and project management success. Is AI helping or hurting project management? I'm going to answer from the human side. It's like any tool. I think, to use an analogy, I think what's happened is, even for us as a firm that's been doing this now for decades, in project management specifically, Corbeau specifically for 4 years as an EPMO focused entity, it's like giving a 16-year-old who just got his learner's permit the keys to a Ferrari. Okay, it doesn't mean you can't get in there and learn to stick and learn to shift and learn how to ride the line, accelerate out of turns, all of that stuff. But it takes patience. So I can't stop it. We've all been given a Ferrari. Here's the keys. This is your car. So instead, the challenge isn't, is AI making it harder, or is it making it worse? Is it making it better? The challenge is instead actually on the people and the process. So we're very technology forward. We spend a small portion of our time doing experiments with new toys and tools and AI to sort of be the explorer for you, so that when we present a technology solution that fits your culture, that fits your governance and your pipeline management and your project management, that we've done all our homework, that we've crashed the car a few times so you don't have to use an analogy. But it is painful. It takes rigor, discipline, human communication, right? We have to say, hey, I'm going to try using Claude Code or Claude Cowork, and others are going to say, I'm going to actually try Google's Gemini's suite on a few things. We try everything from developing custom apps and workflows and agentic automations to just simple work product using chat-based solutions, because our clients need our help at all levels. Absolute, total unexposed beginner to dangerously, I really know what I'm doing. Let's go full throttle, knowing, of course, that the tools are just going to change tomorrow anyway. So our responsibility, all the work, all the challenges, not letting everybody go wild, wild west. Really working tightly as a team behind the scenes to say, okay, we're going to try this tool in this direction, and we think it would apply to a maturing client, like maybe they're a CMMI level 2, looking eventually to get themselves up to maturity level 3 for their PMs and their PMO. That's a haughty task. That's not something that you just say, throw some tools at it and you're good to go. So the old adage of people, process, and tech, right, still holds true, and technology is really accelerating. It's driving us to the left and up, and so the processes and people have to come with it. Well, that was a long way to answer. It is actually quite a daunting element. AI is a pain point, not because it's AI, but because of the discipline and rigor we have to have around really continuing where we spend our energy as a team to leverage it effectively and make sure it's governed. I won't even get into ethics, quality of the work product, and double checking and the human decision points that when you use AI, you don't just throw it out the door, right? We could have in a different conversation. But I would say, believe it or not, it's not that people are the pain point with AI coming, it's knowing how to plug people in to taking AI with you rather than AI just pushing us, driving the Ferrari into a power pole. So for projects, a lot of what the greatest challenges, I think, towards not achieving project success is the inability to understand all the integration points of programs and complicated projects. So let's take a software one. I'm oversimplifying, but you've got your data team, you've got your development team, you've got testers, you've got the functional team that's going to have to use the software, and you've got your org change management team that's helping with cultural definitions and job impact, right? You're going to change the way you do your job because you're implementing a new software. All of those teams need to be integrated and understand how what they do is going to impact their neighbors, right? This could apply at a macro level in the PMO to different lines of business, not knowing, the finance team not knowing what the strategy team is doing, right? Or the legal team and all of these things. So you could apply this at any level up and down your organization. I would say that that's where the complications in traditional project management have really existed. You really understand what's going across other teams when I make decisions that may impact them. AI has opened this up, not just generative AI, but predictive AI, and now agent-based AI has really allowed us to have it read and understand what's going on in the dev team, what's going on with the legal team, what's going on with the testers. Not snooping, everybody provides it into sort of that knowledge area in the center, but we have more timely access to what's going on across teams so that we can more effectively run what if scenarios. What if this was late? What if we had to change this? What if we worked overtime? But also see what it does. I can't tell you in my 25 years of doing big projects, we'd spend money on overtime to maybe finish a data conversion or a data load only to get to that Monday morning and say, woohoo, we made our milestone. And the testing team is, we haven't even upskilled our people. I haven't hired half my testing. We wasted all that overtime. We're not ready to start testing. AI allows me to see that more rapidly, to anticipate that more rapidly, because I can get more information and parse it in ways across teams I could never do before. So it's a huge boon in that regard. And it takes discipline, knowing how to apply it ethically, appropriately. But man, we can make some timely decisions. We can finally get out of being in driving and looking at our headlights right the road in front of us, and finally stepping back and doing what if scenarios and thinking a little bit ahead, because the mechanics that it took to go to every team and say, what's your status? How's your update? What's your productivity? What are your gaps? What are your risks? All of that is more rapidly available to everybody. Now, I think the second part of the question is, what's the pain with AI in that regards, or how has it maybe hindered project management? And I think it's because it's that Wild West factor. I have very inventive, very creative, very driven project managers and project team members that will just kind of do their little thing on the side. That's not bad, but what that can do is ironically introduce silos. Oh, well, I was managing all of my test scripts and my workload and my Scrum with story points and all that kind of on my own, and then I'll get it into your system later. And so they create these little bubbles or silos when they're solving their problem, which is great, and they're probably ahead or smarter, better, faster, but they're siloed, right? It's not in the integrated data model. It's not in the cultural integration of communication and stand-ups, and because they're off doing their thing, probably a tool in a way that me over here, I've never seen that tool. I have no idea what you're talking about. I can barely follow what you're talking about when you're telling me about how you're writing code. Like, don't speak Java, don't know. And they're being excellent at being that specialist and kind of leaving the rest of the group behind. So that's a concern I've seen. We specialize in something in a category called project success navigation. It's been our focus, but it takes a while to get kind of traction around that concept of project success focus. But the notion behind a project success navigation, to use an analogy, is no different than what most of us use when we take a road trip with the family and the kids. We load everybody up into the van. We have Waze or Google Maps or something on our mobile device. We put that on the dashboard, and we want to get from A to B, right? And that's a project, right? You got to stop for gas, you got to feed the kids, you got bathroom breaks, you got to plan a route ahead of time, you got to pack the stuff. It's a whole trip. It's a whole deal. So in a sense, that's the project. The concept of project success navigation, just like Waze or Google Maps, is the journey is going to have things happen along the way, surprises, unexpected setbacks, traffic accidents, construction, etc. And your navigator is going to say, hey, take the frontage road ahead, or it's going to propose alternate routes, or maybe you all of a sudden need to stop for gas or lunch, or for the kids, you can plug that in during the journey as well. That doesn't change your destination focus. Secondarily, the best part about project success navigation, just like Google Maps, is everybody in the van, everybody that's on that project journey, can see what's going on. They're seeing the same journey at the same time. You're not, are we there yet? It says 3 more hours. It says this route, right? It says that there's construction ahead. Everybody has a clear understanding, even though their area is, they're not the driver, or they're not the navigator, right? Or, they're in the back playing 20 questions. It doesn't matter. They're aware of a common information model about how the trip is going and where we're headed. Now we take that to the next level for projects where each individual stream, back to that integration conversation, can also see how what they do or don't do might impact other streams in that navigation. And the navigation will say, due to testing delays or whatever, this could be a 2-week delay on everybody else. Or because we have a resource gap, that means that there's a risk of quality or delays on a particular team's outputs. So that it navigates through ideas, operations of the project experience. That's the future of projects. And what's neat about it is it's system agnostic. It's just the navigator. The same way my Google Maps doesn't care if I'm driving a minivan or a Ferrari, your car doesn't matter. So you can use Monday.com, Asana, ClickUp, whatever your enterprise software is without buying a new software. And this navigator is just going to grab that performance information, aggregate it, and present it to you on the map. And what's particularly neat about that is if you have a massive project that you've got a vendor using Jira, and you guys are using Monday, and other people are using Asana, it doesn't care. It's going to suck all that in from your partners, your vendors, your sub-project, your partner projects, your entire portfolio, and show you navigation performance. When am I going to get there? What alternative routes can I take instead of coming to an all stop? So that's the future of AI, I think, is navigating projects successfully. It's more than just obviously chat-based. It's agentic, it's predictive, it'll be interactive. If you want to take an alternate route, so to speak, it walks you through that experience. I think project success navigation, that category is the future of all projects of all kinds: healthcare, pharma, construction, emergency triage. Imagine there's a flood or a hurricane. You activate whatever project. I want to get A to B to get emergency supplies, triage tents, generators. That's a project. Imagine if you could instantly navigate who's waiting on whom, where you are in the journey on getting a medical tent established or relief supplies in, lifted in. I just think that's where we're headed in the next 5 years. Yeah, right. So Corbeau's solution is called Crow's Nest. It's a mobile first version. The reason we did mobile versus just laptop or desktop only is because we wanted to have that information available to all stakeholders. Just like we talked about, everyone in the van can see where we are on the journey. So that platform is interactive on mobile. So if you're a traveling executive, right, or you're out in the field, right, you're doing a construction station at a remote site or something, we wanted to give people the opportunity to see what's going on and navigate and make informed, timely decisions. So the name of the product again is Crow's Nest. TheCrowsNestApp.com is where you can check out the prototype.